Hi, everyone. It's great to be here, and welcome to Go Get 2026. Now, let me promise you something right up front. We are not going to take too much of your time today. In fact, one of the reasons that I came to Uber was that I've always believed that time is your most precious asset. And while Uber offers a whole range of services, including some of the new ones that we're excited to talk to you about today, I believe that Uber truly offers one service. We give you your time back. And that's what technology is supposed to be all about, right? Making tasks quicker, making it easier to get things that you need done. But look at us now. I mean, really, look at us. Look at our phones. We are drowning in an endless sea of apps and sites, notifications, open tabs all over the place. As technology grows more sophisticated, our experience using it should feel less overwhelming, not more. It should be easier to get stuff done, not harder. And we should have more time to spend on the things that we really care about, our family, our hobbies, our experiences, our passions, our lives. And with the rise of AI, it's more important than ever for tech companies like us to remember what tech is supposed to be for: making your lives better. And that's what we try to do every day at Uber. And today, we're going to take things to the next level. Now, our mission has always been to reimagine how the world moves. We started by making it super easy to go anywhere you want. With Uber Eats, we made it easier to get anything you want, whether it's food, groceries, or anything else. And now we're going to bring that same ease, that same simplicity, that same gift of time, getting it back to the next frontier, and that's travel. Travel has always been what makes us uniquely human. It's our instinct to explore, to discover, to refresh ourselves, to reach across that divide. And it also allows us to take in those once-in-a-lifetime experiences like the World Cup coming up this summer. And of course, travel also happens to be one of the most stressful items in our modern lives. Like, believe me, I've got 4 kids, and think about all the decision points, the lodging, the logistics. You just want to make sure that everything is perfect and it all comes together. Now, what if we could take all of that complexity and make it as simple as getting an Uber? What if we could put every choice, all the places, all the insights that you need in one place, spare you the time and the misery of visiting a dozen different websites and apps, and give you more of that precious asset, give you more of your time back? Well, turns out we can. So Uber is already the go-to platform for global travelers. We're the first app that you open when you get into your city, so it's only natural for us to try to make the entire trip, the entire experience simpler. And today, what we're excited to show you about is what it's going to look like and what it's going to feel like for everyone who uses Uber. Saving you money with serious discounts, especially for Uber One members, saving your sanity by making it easy to do everything in just one app, and most importantly, saving your time so that you can spend less time managing your life and more time actually living it. We're no longer just an app for rides, or even 2 apps or family of apps for both rides and eats. Uber is now an app for everything, where you can go, you can get, and now you can travel. This next chapter for us starts with hotels on Uber. This is one of the biggest travel decisions that you've got to make, and starting right now, if you open up your Uber app, you can book hotels anywhere in the world right inside the app. No new accounts, no putting in your information, no new app, no trying to reach for that credit cards, just the Uber that you know and you love. Now, before we show you how it's going to work, I'm excited to announce an integration that is helping make all of this possible. It's not very often when you get to partner with a company that you've led for 12 years, but I'm thrilled to announce that Expedia is working with Uber to make it easier than ever to book hotels anywhere in the world. So yep, it's a full circle moment for me, but what it really means is that it's a perfect marriage for you, our customers, and especially our members. And it's all part of the larger story here at Uber as we keep finding ways of reimagining the way the world moves for the better, and of course, to give you back that precious time. So with that, let me hand things over to my great friend, the CEO of Expedia, Ariane Gorin.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Dara. It is great to be here to celebrate with you what I believe is a natural evolution of the future of travel. Because the reality is, travel today is still too fragmented. The average trip means bouncing between apps to plan, book, and get where you're going. At Expedia Group, we've spent nearly 3 decades simplifying that, making it easier to plan and book trips and create memories that last a lifetime. And like Uber, we believe that the best innovations are the ones that make life feel a little more effortless. And that's why this partnership is so exciting. Because together, we're connecting 2 critical parts of the journey. Expedia helps you plan and book where to go, and Uber helps you move through that seamlessly throughout the entire experience. We're proud to power hotels on Uber with the scale of our supply, with more than 700,000 properties all around the world. In other words, where Uber can take you, we can help you stay. And as we head into what's shaping up to be one of the busiest travel seasons, this matters more than ever. Because if together we can reduce the number of steps, we can save people time and money, and take the stress out of travel, then we're doing something right. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Ariane, and thanks, Dara. It's great to see all of you here today. You've just heard about hotels on Uber. Now let me show you how it works. Now, planning a trip isn't just one decision. It's a long chain of decisions, each requiring research, time, and deliberation. Uber is simplifying this entire chain, making each step of the way easier to find, easier to navigate, and even easier to afford. Now, every big trip starts with the most important decision: where to stay. Booking a hotel on Uber is going to feel as simple as booking a ride. Easy, clear, and uncomplicated. So let me show you how it works. You open the app, you tap on hotels. Now you can enter your destination, select the number of nights, the rooms you want, and there you see the results. You can filter by price, ratings, reviews, even amenities like pool, spa, or if the property is pet-friendly or not. You can scroll through the photos, and then in one tap, complete your booking. We don't ask you for your credit card info or any other information, because if you've used Uber before, we've got you covered. Now, thanks to our partnership with Expedia, you'll have access to over 700,000 hotels at over 250,000 locations worldwide. And it's not just hotels. Pretty soon, we're going to bring every Vrbo vacation property into the app, taking the total number of stays to over 1 million. Now, here's the best part. You're going to save some real money. When you book with Uber, you get up to 20% off of thousands of hotels. And if you're an Uber One member, we'll give you an additional 10% back in Uber One credits. Imagine those credits in your pocket. It can make your travel even more fun. It's a nicer ride, a great dinner, or maybe an extra night in your favorite city. Okay, you've taken the first big step. You've got your hotel booked. What else do you need? How about a coffee with your ride? Now, if you reserve an Uber Black, starting with a few select cities, we're going to let you order a coffee, tea, or a snack, and we'll have it waiting for you in the car. How cool is that? We call it Eats for the Way. And the way it works is quite simple. You open the app, book your ride, and you tap on Add Uber Eats, and you can pick your beverage or a snack from a list of nearby spots. Now, it might seem simple, but to ensure that your coffee arrives hot and your ride is on time is actually quite complicated. And we do the hard work on the back end so that we can give you time back. Because, saving those 10 minutes, standing in the line at the coffee shop, is 10 extra minutes with your kids. Maybe it's 10 more minutes to do your crossword puzzle, or if you're like me, it's 10 minutes of extra sleep. Okay, you've got your hotel, you've got your ride, you've got your coffee. What happens when you get to the destination? This is where travel mode comes in. Look, until now, Uber has looked the same no matter which city of the world you're traveling to. But with travel mode, we understand your changed context and deliver an experience that's tailored, ever more relevant and helpful. What's the first thing you do when you get to an airport? Most of us open Uber to find a way out. With travel mode and our newly launched airport wayfinding, we'll make that journey easier, from your gate to picking up your bags to getting to your pickup spot. And now, when you leave the airport and get into the city, the interface changes again. It understands your new context. We'll show you local favorites, points of interest in the new city, and make it easy for you to get there. Now, we're doing all of this hard work to make sure that when you travel, the foreign feels familiar, with Uber every step of the way. And now, to show you my favorite part of travel mode, I'm going to hand it to my colleague, Effie.
Thanks, Amit. Hi, everybody. Let's say you just landed at the airport and grabbed an Uber to your hotel using travel mode as a guide. So far, so good. But on the way, you remember you haven't eaten a thing all day. If you wait until you get to the hotel, you can open a $20 bag of M&Ms, wait an hour for room service, or go out and try to find a restaurant. Not great. But that's where travel mode comes to the rescue again. People already love Uber Eats on the road. In fact, over a quarter of our users try Uber Eats for the first time when they're traveling. So we created our very own version of room service to make it even easier to get snacks, drinks, and meals delivered straight to you. And it's not just food. Maybe you forgot toiletries, or a phone charger, or a pair of pants, and you don't know where to find them in a new city. Or maybe you're at a rental house for a girls' weekend, and you don't have time to get groceries, or those 10 bottles of champagne. But let's say you're hungry for dinner. So once you get to the hotel, you open the Uber Eats app. You see a list of local favorites, what other people are eating, where to get the food you like at home in a new city. You choose a crispy rice bowl from Ruby's Cafe, plus their famous fries with truffle aioli, and a homemade lemonade. And you also add a charger and razor because you left yours at home. Plus, and if you're a frequent traveler, you know this is a big one, we auto-check utensils for hotel orders because there's nothing worse than getting a beautiful meal delivered and realizing you have absolutely nothing to eat it with. You can leave clear instructions for the courier, like if they should meet you in the lobby or drop everything off at your door. It's like the best room service menu ever. Soon, Travel Mode will have curated recommendations for dining out too. So you can browse restaurants, book a table, and get a ride to dinner all in one app. And if you're part of our Uber One membership program, all of this gets even better. Just in time for summer travel, Uber One now travels with you around the world. You can earn Uber One credits on rides outside the country, along with $0 delivery fees and more. The credits you earn abroad will hit your account when you get back. So that's Travel Mode, available in the Uber and Uber Eats apps, because you shouldn't have to be a local to live like one. Now, to tell you about how you can get even more delivered, here's Rebecca.
Hi, everyone. So something has been happening on our platform for a while that we didn't expect. Now, most folks are familiar with our rides and our Eats products, but we also have a courier product that lets you ask a courier to drop off or pick up items for you, like if your partner forgot their keys at home, or you want to deliver a care package to a friend. But lately, people have been going to courier and typing instructions like, hey, can you just buy this for me and I'll reimburse you? So they're hacking our product and we love it because it says that there's a need that we aren't fully meeting. People don't want us to just get things. They want us to go buy things for them and take even more off of their to-do lists. That's why today I'm excited to preview Shop for Me. The idea is simple. You can already get so many things delivered on Uber Eats, from groceries to alcohol to items from retailers like Best Buy or Sephora or the Home Depot. But what about all of the stores that aren't on our platform? Like your favorite baby gift store across town, or the butcher that you've been going to for years. Or maybe I'm getting ready to host a crowd and I break a wine glass. What if I could just ask a courier to get a few more glasses for me to match the set that I already have from Crate & Barrel, instead of making my friends drink out of cups? That's where Shop for Me comes in. I can type in a prompt for what I want, and a shopper will go to a local store to buy it for me. So here's how it works. Let's say I just got back from a trip, and I've got a friend's housewarming party in an hour. I want to bring them a plant as a gift, but I don't have time to make it to the store before the party. With Shop for Me, I can search for the store, and in this case, one of my favorite shops, plant shops in the West Village. And I'm going to describe what I'm looking for. I want a snake plant and a ceramic pot to go with it. I can upload a photo and share any additional details, like how much I think this is going to cost. Then Uber turns it into a list that a shopper can work from. And not just any shopper. We're sending our top-rated couriers on this mission who know how to shop on your behalf. Once the shopper's in the store, they can ask questions or ping me photos in the app. So if the plant ends up being more expensive than I thought, the shopper will send it to me to review. Or if the store only has a white pot instead of a gray pot, they can check in with me to make sure that that's okay. And if I approve, they'll buy it and deliver it. So until now, Uber has focused on helping you go anywhere and get anything. But if we're being honest, it's been go anywhere and get a lot of things. Shop for Me is how we close that gap. Any store, any item. It's coming later this year, and we can't wait for you to give it a go. With that, I'll hand it to Jeff to talk about how AI is making it even easier to get what you need. Thank you.
Hello, hello. It is great to be here with you. You know, Uber has been in the business of making magical experience from day one. Remember back to the time where you looked at your phone, you hit a button, and a car just magically appeared? Or how about shopping? Shopping for a very long time looked a lot like this. Then Uber Eats come along, made it a whole lot easier, and it's starting to look a little bit more like this. Now, we're using AI to make this experience even more magical. Let's take a look. What if your grocery list is handwritten or on Post-it notes all over the fridge? Or like us, where it's in Apple Notes, or it's a text from a friend that's saying, can you pick this stuff up on the way over? Before, you would have to go to the app, type every one of these, and build your basket one by one by one. This takes time. The grocery cart assistant solves this problem. We recently announced it, and it's available on Uber and Uber Eats right now. Let's take a look at how it works. You simply open the app, go to your favorite grocery store, and click Cart Assistant. From there, you can take your Apple Note and upload it directly into Cart Assistant. You can copy and paste that text that you got, or you can take a picture of just about anything, and Cart Assistant goes to work for you, doing all of your shopping, building you a curated list that then you can edit, and whenever you're good to go, you can confirm just by hitting Add to Cart. Now, as customers started engaging with this feature, we've been getting some really interesting feedback. One of the things is, this is great, but can you help me stay on budget? So with the thanks of agentic development processes, our teams have been able to respond to these types of feature requests faster than ever. Here's an example. Can you build me a taco night for under 30 bucks? Remember in the background right now, we're not just building you a cart. We're actually making trade-off decisions for you. We're looking at different brands, we're changing quantities, we're scouring for deals and offers. How can we get the price point perfect for your tacos at the budget that you set? Pretty magical. But we're not stopping there. Customers continue to give us feedback, and we're launching several features every single week, like this one, which we're introducing here today, meal planning. Soon with meal planning, you'll be able to say, well, here's my family, here's what we like, and perhaps even more importantly, here's what we don't like. Oh, and by the way, we already had tacos this week, so no more tacos. It will look at the rest of your week and plan out your meals. Get all of the groceries that you need to make those meals and have them shipped directly to your door. That's a pretty magical experience. But what happens when you don't want to cook or you don't have time to cook? This was us a couple of weekends ago. In the sun, all day at the kids' soccer, we were exhausted and we were hungry. What do? This inspired our next feature. Soon, you'll be able to tell Cart Assistant, can you get us a meal for 5 delivered directly to our house? And then amazing food shows up. Pretty magical experience is coming. So now, let's end with a live demo for my absolute favorite feature of all. So what if you're at an incredible Italian restaurant and you've just had the best bite of lasagna that you can imagine? You want to try to make this at home someday, but really you have no idea what's in it. We got you. Enter the Cart Assistant. Open up the Uber Eats app, pick your favorite grocery store, and then Cart Assistant. So I want to bake this. And then you can upload a photo, or we have a beautiful lasagna, so we can just take one. Use photo, and then ship it. And in the background, we are pulling the picture apart, finding all the ingredients, a recipe, and building your cart. So here we go. Let's see what we got. So some noodles, meat, so okay, cheese, red sauce, gotcha. And look, it was even able to pull apart all of the little green bits in it. So we got oregano, we got all the basil, amazing. And then up here, you can look at the actual ingredients that you're going to need. And then instructions, which certainly I'm going to leverage. You can kick those to yourself. And then to confirm all of this, go down to the bottom and boom, there we go. We have a cart, we can check out and ship it. Thank you. So you can see how we're thinking about AI. We're leveraging it to make our experiences even more magical. The Cart Assistant makes shopping easier, and that gives you your time back. Now, help me welcoming our head of product, Sachin Kansal.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Jeff. What you saw with the Cart Assistant is one of the ways we are using AI to make your life simpler. There are many other ways. But before we go there, I just wanted to take a step back and recap all the new things that you can now do inside the Uber app that you saw from my colleagues. You can book a hotel in the Uber app. You can order a coffee that is ready by the time your ride arrives. You can order room service from your hotel room with hundreds of restaurants around you, and you get utensils with that. If you go to a new city, you can get insights about that city. You can have someone else shop for you from a store that's not even on Uber Eats. And of course, you can fill your grocery cart using some AI magic. That's a lot. But that is actually in addition to a lot of other things that we have been doing over the last year or so, because there are so many problems for us to solve for our users, for all of you. Women riders can now request women drivers, and the feedback on that has been phenomenal. There's now Uber for teenagers, and that gives peace of mind to parents like myself who have 2 teenagers, and I'm sure many of you are in the same boat, or you will be. You have Uber for seniors, so we can make life easier for our parents, and you can see the simplified interface of the app for them. You have Uber Courier, which you heard about before, so someone else can drop off your documents, your packages, your dry cleaning, and you don't have to do that. You have Uber Shuttle. So when the football game is over, you can leave the venue as fast as possible. And last but not the least, you have Uber Elite when you're in the mood for some extra luxury. Now that's a lot, and the question is, how do we fit it all? We've been working on that over time. How do we fit it in the app? This is what the Uber app looked like maybe a couple of years ago. It had one job, which is to get you a ride. But what about all that other stuff? We've been evolving the app, and I'm sure many of you have noticed it. So let's watch that evolution. At the very top, we added some tabs, so now you can get Eats, Courier, Shops from within the app. We have improved the user experience, so it's a lot more user-friendly. We have added some more shortcuts, so now you can book a hotel, you can order some food. We have changed the feed to include a lot of restaurants in the feed. We have changed the bottom bar so you can see more of the feed. And when you scroll the feed, you will see that it's a mixture of food, of groceries, of retail, and of course, rides. Actually, I'm going to show it to you on my phone rather than us just looking at slides. It's always dangerous to do a live demo, but Jeff pulled it off, so I'm going to give it a shot. All right, so here you're looking at my phone, and you can see the tabs at the top, the shortcuts. You can see the hotels right there. I can scroll, and you can see the mixed feed. That's all of Uber. At the very top, I can tap on the Eats tab, and that experience is basically exactly the same as the Eats app. And hence, it is not surprising that many of our users are placing Uber Eats orders through the main Uber app. It's really your choice. You want to use one app, you want to use 2 apps. We want you to make that choice. Our goal is simple. We want to give you the power of all of Uber as easily as possible. But we hear from users that, look, your app has a lot of stuff. I don't know how to find it. I don't know where it is. That is a problem that we do need to address. And we're going to do that by transforming search in the Uber app from what is today a destination finder, it's a very good destination finder, into a universal search, which we call One Search, which is going to be the one-stop shop for all things Uber. Let's take a look. First of all, the destination finder has to continue to work. So let's say I'm going to the New York airport. I type EWR. This has to work flawlessly. This is where I'm going later today, by the way. This has to work flawlessly all the time. But now I'm in New York, and I've heard that you have to have bagels. So I want to go to a place called Brooklyn Bagels. Well, I can go there, or I can just order from Brooklyn Bagels, right from Universal Search, without actually having to go anywhere else. That's because it is the one-stop shop. Or maybe I just want to get some coffee. So let's give that a shot. I can go get a coffee, or look, I buy one, get one free. Who can say no to that? So you can see the promotions right there in the search results as well. Let's try something different. It can rain anytime in New York, especially today. So I should have an umbrella on me. So I'm going to do a search for umbrella, and pulls up the Uber Eats search, and I can have an umbrella delivered to me in 10 minutes. That's awesome. I don't need an umbrella, actually, but next time you need an umbrella, please think of Uber Eats. Actually, if you need anything, please think of Uber Eats, because you can type anything you want. But sometimes I don't know what I want. I want to eat healthy, because my doctor told me that I should eat healthy. But I'm sick and tired of salads. So what do? I'm going to ask for some help from AI, and I'm going to just say healthy, but not salad. And I can do a search on Uber Eats, and I can see healthy, but not salad. Healthy, but not salad. That's a pretty good result. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what the future of search looks like in Uber Eats. Let's go back to the slides. And you're going to be able to use this pretty soon. But in the next few months, we're going to take it even further. Let me share a few examples with you. Let's say you're going to a new city. Let's say you're going to London. You've never been there before. You have a lot of questions on how does Uber work there. We actually get a lot of those questions from users. Now, maybe you can just type London in the search bar, and one of the results, which is the third one in the list, says Uber in London. You just tap on it, and you can get all the details about Uber in London. What is the average wait time? What is the average price? What kind of ride types are available? What about food? How do I pay? You can get a lot of information right there from search. Now, let's say you type UPS. You can either go to the nearest UPS store, you can get a ride, or look at the third result, which is you can invoke courier drop-off, so someone else can actually take your package to the UPS store using Uber Courier. Let's say you want to turn on one of the safety features because you heard Uber's launched a lot of safety features. But you don't want to go through the menus and try to look for it. Instead, you can just type the word safety, and the first result is the safety hub. And you can tap on that, and that takes you to the safety hub, and you can turn on your favorite safety feature. The next one is my favorite. As Dara said, the World Cup is coming. And you decide to go watch a game. You've already bought the ticket, but you have to now get to the stadium. You know what stadium it is because you bought the ticket. But how do I get there? What are the valid drop-off points? Is everything blocked off like everything's blocked off here today? Where can I actually, do I have to enter an intersection? Do I enter the name of the stadium? What do I do? Well, how about if you just type Brazil versus Morocco, which is the first game that New York City is going to see, and then let us figure out the rest, because we know it's happening at the MetLife Stadium. You tap on that. We show you the valid drop-off spots. You can pick the one that may be closest to your seat, and then you are on your way. Yes, there's a lot that's going on in the Uber app, but with one search, we're going to make sure that your current experiences stay as simple as they are, but the new experiences that we are building for you are also very, very easy to find. So you can just type, and you can search. But you can't always do that. There are times when that is very difficult. For example, you're in a rush, you're going to the airport, the kids are crying, you're not packed. Hasn't happened in my family. I hear it from friends that that can happen sometimes. But let's say you are in that situation. This is a family visiting New York. Now they're on their way back, so they're a little sad, but they have to get to the airport as fast as possible. This is not a situation where she even has the time to pick up the phone and type. But maybe she can do something else. Maybe she can just talk. So I'm very excited to announce AI-based voice booking in the Uber app. Let's take a look at it. Doing a live demo is dangerous. Doing a voice demo is totally crazy. So hold your thunderous applause for later, because it's listening. But let me give it a shot.
Where would you like to go today?
LaGuardia Airport, Delta.
Did you mean Delta at Terminal C?
Yes.
Or- Should I book an Uber X to Delta at Terminal C, LaGuardia Airport, for $69.61?
Do you have something cheaper than that?
You got it. Wait and Save is a more affordable option for your trip to Delta at Terminal C, LaGuardia Airport. Should I book Wait and Save for $66.55?
How much do I have to wait?
Wait and Save is usually a few minutes longer than Uber X, but you'll get a better fare.
No, actually, I just realized I have 5 other passengers and I have 5 pieces of luggage. So what's the cheapest option that can accommodate all of us?
Uber XXL is the most affordable ride for 6 passengers with lots of luggage. Should I book Uber XXL to Delta at
Do I
Terminal
have to pay anything extra for tolls?
You don't need to pay tolls separately. Any tolls on your route are included in your fare. Should I book Uber XXL to Delta at Terminal
Yes,
C?
please. Let's book it.
Does the pickup look good?
It does. And now my ride is being booked. Yes. Now's the time for the thunderous applause. Thank you very much. Look, these rides have a lot of decisions associated with them. This one had a lot of twists and turns, a lot of questions that may actually sometimes be hard to figure out in the app. But you can talk to the app, just like you talk to another human being. And there are many more use cases that we are going to add. For example, when you have a complicated ride where you actually have an additional stop, you need to pick someone up, or you need a recommendation for which coffee shop you can go to, or you need to book in advance for a later day. All of these will be voice-enabled over the next few months. Our goal is pretty simple. Your interaction with Uber should be multimodal. You want to tap, you want to type, you want to search, or you want to use your voice. You should use what is the easiest for you in that moment. And AI is helping, which is why we are bringing AI into many of our experiences that you saw today. The grocery assistant, one search, and now voice booking. You can't miss AI. It's in the air. We talk about it a lot. We talk about many things. We talk about infrastructure, GPUs and CPUs, and speeds and feeds. We talk about models and LLMs and neural networks and model efficiency and performance. And we talk about agents that are built on top of them. For example, agentic development. As Jeff said, you can now build software using these agents. It's an amazing time to be in technology, and we are big fans. But when we talk to our users, let's say we talk to a rider who's trying to get a ride to her night shift, or we talk to drivers who are driving on our platform all day, or we talk to a restaurant owner who's working really, really hard to make ends meet. They don't talk about GPUs and CPUs and LLMs. They ask us, how can you make the app better for me? Can you get me a safe ride at night? Can you help me make more money if I'm driving on your platform? Can you get me more orders as a restaurant? So it's very important for us that AI innovation is not just for the sake of innovation. We want to use all the wonderful technology that you saw on the previous slide, and then our phenomenal teams actually convert that into amazing experiences like the ones that you saw, so that we can make your life easier and we can give you your time back. You saw many examples of that today. And to that, now we can add voice booking as well as OneSearch. That's a pretty cool lineup. See, Uber started with a very simple idea. So simple that it was radical. Just press a button and get a ride. And if you look at everything that we have talked about today, it's an extension of that. You can press a button, or you can say a word, or you can take a picture, and you get a ride, so you can go wherever you want. You can get food delivered to you. And now when you travel, you can book a hotel. So go, get, and travel, and now all within the same app, so that we can make life easier for you. And that's how you should think about the future of Uber. Thank you very much.